I was debating whether or not to do a video about this, but it's not it. Let's do a video about it. So, they've Kofi Tecmo, the Japanese developer. There's now a website for the game, and I said I really wanted to follow this game because ever since I think Sacred Stones and Awakening, and I'm in love with this franchise. So let's see. They're showing off They've shown off I think new screenshots of these 4 new characters. We've got Marth. I think this is Leon. This is I think Sion, and then there's obviously Chrom. Let's click on these little icons down here. These 2 appear to be from Awakening. Maybe I'm not sure if they're like an updated Fates model, but they've also done 2 new models for these 2. Sadly, it's a bit harder to I can't copy and paste this and put this into a translator. So, but it's probably given a little brief description of them. As we can see, we got the voices. CV. That's one word I recognize. Nei-san. The only word I recognize out of there is Nissan, and I think that means sister. No idea what the other words mean, but he's probably saying something to his sister, maybe even taunting her. But as we can see, let's see for the screenshots. First one looks like their more HD one. As you can see, he might be a shield sword user, unlike some of the others where we've just seen the swords. Although in the next screenshot, he hasn't got a sword, so maybe he can like equip and unequip his sword. He's obviously in a throne room, and he might be a king, to be honest, of this kingdom. Maybe ruling alongside with his sister, because that's what they tend to do. In Sacred Stones, it was Emblem and Erika. Emblem and Erika. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, they're both worried over something. This will probably be what the main plot is. It could be some sort of villain, and then later on that's just the screenshots of him, and we've seen his voice. But I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of plot revolved around all these warriors coming in. Yeah. Oh, sorry for that cut. I got some sort of vote letter. I don't care about voting. Anyway, let's see. So she too has a shield. So it could be one character. It could be one character slot, but with maybe 2 different skins. I'm not too sure. Maybe Marth and Chrom could be like that. But if they take up their own slot, I don't see much difference, because it's just copy and paste and reworking, and maybe changing up the animations. But either way, she would probably be very similar to her brother, if it is a brother. I think Nissan, it has to be the brother. And yeah, so we see a shield. They've kind of got this sun thing going on, like in Warriors. No, was it Heroes? Yeah, not much to say on that one. It looks like, in fact, it looks like the exact same scene. So maybe you can choose between them. And I think it did say you can switch between them. So exact same scene. So maybe you could pick between them. That's my guess. This image is interesting though, because look, this woman in the background, we can't get a good clear shot of this one, but you can see this woman in the background here, and she looks quite similar to these 2. This one just looks like a generic soldier, but as you can see, he's wielding a bronze lance. And this guy here, he doesn't look too like them, so he might be from another world, or one of their soldiers, who knows, but he is important. I'm not too sure how though, but this, I'm guessing, is probably the mother. What they're running towards, I'm not sure. It's probably, maybe it's a portal and they're meeting Marth. This is just maybe a generic talk scene. Not too much, I mean, different interior, but interesting nonetheless. Let's check the voices out. Macaranai. Let's check the second one. No idea. Let's check Chrom out then. So let's hear Chrom's voice. It's a bit deeper than the American voice actor, but that's pretty much Crom. Crom's the other one returning. This scene's quite interesting because he's obviously wielding the falchion, but he's with that guy before. Maybe he's a playable character. Maybe he's the one of the other original characters that we'll play as. Although we haven't seen him be in the spotlight much. He's just towards the side. The real interesting thing here, though, is that this stage, this scene, reminds me so much of when, in I think it was chapter 4, part 4 of The Awakening, where Lucina as Marth at the time battled Crom. So this looks like Arena Ferox. I mean, maybe we could go to Awakening and do stuff in Awakening. I'm not sure, but this reminds me of Arena Ferox, especially because of the pose he's doing. It definitely a reminiscence of that scene. But to me, I don't know if it'd be if they're going to jump between worlds or if it's just going to character coming into one world. But either way, I'm just saying that reminds me of Arena Ferox. Moving on, this scene is quite interesting. It looks like there's some sort of forest environment, and as it appears, he's staring towards the player or the person, and it definitely looks like some sort of conversation. It might be one of them dialogue options that they said they'll have inside of there. Because by the look of his face, it just looks exactly like he's talking to the player casually. Here, I think this is the same. I don't think it's the same scene as before, but the background looks a bit more worn down, like a battle's been going on. He obviously looks like he's getting back ready for war, as you can see with his sword, but the environment looks completely different, well, from the other images we've seen. But this wall back here kind of reminds me of the one. Let's have a look. Let's go back here. Yeah, look, it reminds me of a less worn down environment here, because same stone, this bit. Although it's probably in two different, it might be in the same area, but just in two different areas. Yeah, two different parts of it. But that's all the Crom pictures, I believe. No, there's this one. This one just looks like a generic attack Crom. The floor, it just reminds me of Arena Ferox again. So let's check out the last one. Marth. Marth looks like this might be a serious dialogue scene. Or more just, yeah, this definitely looks like another dialogue scene. Because there's definitely cutscenes with all the characters in, but then you've got these specific ones where he's having a front-to-front conversation. That's another interesting one. Then there's him handshaking, making a deal. This looks like it's in the same place as when they're all running in one of the previous images. And it looks like they've made a deal. He's definitely working for the yellow-haired people. He might just be the lieutenant or commander or something, and he's the one that brings everyone together, and he's the one that guides the characters through the battle. And look, see, this is the same scene as before, and it looks like Marth is getting ready to slay someone up. But either way, these images all look interesting. Not much besides that. Let's check the voices out. Konokende. I'm not sure what he said, but that's a long one. But yeah, this game looks stunning, especially for us. It's definitely taken advantage of the Switch. I'm curious to see what they've got on their Twitter. As you can see, there's Annie right there. I think is it Anna or Annie? I can't remember. I think it was Anna. But there's they've been teasing it. And look, you can see. Oh, let's have a look. There's a picture of the mother. It's very blurry and hard to read, but it's and look, this seems to be some sort of combat. The mother again, and this guy, and it looks like he's got a long sword here, so he might actually be playable. But yeah, I think Anna is definitely happening. She'll probably be some. She'll cut the deals in half. If she's not playable, she's at least going to be in the game in some sort of way, because she's pretty much most of them. She might be she could literally be the shopkeep that you go to and buy items from. Although I wouldn't mind seeing her as a playable character. And yeah, this has just been me looking around at their website. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check out the website yourself, and thank you for watching.